Welcome to Deep River Farm, folks. Appreciate you joining me today. Got a little snowfall coming down now. It's been snowing since reaching the ground since here about quarter to 12. Been snowing overhead for quite some time, but the atmosphere was so dry that it would evaporate before it reached the ground. But not expected to get above freezing today. So whatever falls is going to stick, and we're already starting to get some white covering over the leaves and things here in the background. But wanted to let you know, for you folks that are watching that's in Kentucky, West Virginia, Virginia, Tennessee, upper northwest North Carolina that's been through all this flooding again, that our thoughts and prayers are with you here from Operation Mountain Relief. And a lot of people, I'm sure, in those areas just really don't know what to do. They you may be flooded out, and you just sort of don't know what the next steps are. Well, folks, you can rest assured that you're in a situation here where it's very cold now. When Hurricane Helene hit western North Carolina, at least it was warm at that time, and we was able to stage the food and everything that was needed for the upcoming winter and everything all at one time. And then we could focus on getting in clothing and heaters and propane and things like that. But this hit you folks when it was already cold, and we got a polar vortex coming right behind this snowstorm, and we're looking at -20 temperatures up in Montana and zero around Kansas, and in the Appalachians we're looking at temperatures in the very low teens, single-digit temperatures. And you know, when you're in a situation like that where you've got no power, and I heard numbers this morning, I was trying to kind of calculate them up in my mind as they was telling them by the state. Looks like it was pushing up toward 100,000 people without power in those areas that was affected by that flooding. So your first priority there is going to be trying to stay warm. And if you're not familiar with the buddy heaters, you may want to try to get a hold of a buddy heater. I think they're made by a company called Mr. Buddy. There's a little buddy, and it's about a 9,000 BTU heater that runs off of propane. And then there's the big buddy. I think it's an 18,000 BTU heater, and it runs off propane as well. Now the propane that it runs off is recommended to use a tank that like you use for your gas grill to cook on. That works the best, but you'll need a hose and an adapter to fit those two heaters to heat your home. These are safe indoors. These buddy heaters are safe to use indoors. And without the hose and the adapter that's recommended for those units, your unit can gum up and become where it won't work. Let's just put it that way. It just will not work if it's gummed up. So to get a hold of one of these heaters, they sell them at Walmart and Lowe's and places like that. So if you can get a hold of one, it's going to be very beneficial. And this is not something you want to try to heat your house with. You just need to try to heat one room, hang blankets over the door casings and put blankets under the doors to try to trap all the heat you can in one room. And that way you can stay warm. Now a 20-pound tank will last you, depending on how much you have to use it, how well your room is insulated and things, it'll last 3 or 4 days, depending on if you're having to use it around the clock. The more you use it, of course, the quicker it's going to use that tank up. But if you can get a hold of a couple of these buddy heaters and a 20-pound propane tank, you'll be in business, and you can stay warm if you don't have an alternative heat like a wood stove or something. And you need to make sure you got an alternative way to cook food, a gas grill or something like that. And that way you can stock up on the propane if you can get it and go somewhere to get it. and use it to cook on and to stay warm and so forth. If you're running on a generator, don't use that generator if you've been flooded out, because that water could have got in the walls and on your wiring, and you can set yourself up for an electrocution and be in a bad situation there. So just make sure if you are running a generator that you're running off of drop cords and not trying to backfeed through your house if you've been flooded out. I got an email address in the description here for Operation Mountain Relief. If there's a church or something that's in those areas, in those states, that can be utilized, you've got a big space, maybe you got a family life center and you're wanting to help these flooded victims, if we can be of help, let us know here at Operation Mountain Relief, and we'll try to help you navigate. We've got a little experience in this from the hurricane in western North Carolina, and we can try to advise and help you to set up what you need to set up to be able to get goods and services in as quick as possible. I appreciate you joining me here today on Deep River Farm. I hope everybody has a blessed day, and you folks in those states that's just been flooded out, we're praying for you, and stay warm as best you can, and we're here to help if we can help you. Thanks a lot.